Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another reaction stream. My name is Todd. Be sure to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube and you're watching the VOD that's uploaded later. Subscribe, throw a like on the video if you liked it. And yeah, hit that notification bell as well. If you're watching live on Twitch, go ahead and follow the channel. You'll get notified as long as you have notifications on exactly when I go live. And also, if you're wondering about the schedule, you can look in the schedule tab. It'll actually give you the times in which I'm supposed to start. Today's a little late because I had a job interview, but I think it went well. Fingers crossed, of course. You know, appreciate it. But I don't know. It's always so odd because some of them are like, "Hey, what's going on, Luke? 11 p.m. Yikes! It's a little late. I'd be a little tired right now. I'm tired right now already, but." Yeah, interviews are very odd because sometimes you go through HR, sometimes you talk directly to the people that hire you, sometimes you talk to those people and the people you'll work with. Like today was kind of interesting because I talked to a superior, the person I'd work with, and another person within the department that I'd work with as well. So it was just kind of a full team interview, and everybody was asking questions, and I'm sure you know exactly how that goes. I think it went well. You never know, right? You're always trying to grade your own performance, and maybe you were good, maybe you were bad. It seems like I came up with the answers kind of quick, and I think they sounded decent. But you're never quite sure because obviously people can have a lot of things in mind, whether they invite you in just to interview you to say that they interviewed 3 people, or they invite you in just to say that, they gave everybody a shot. Who knows? It's very odd. I don't know exactly the inner workings. I've never been on the other side of the equation where you're interviewing somebody. I've only been the person that's like, please pick me. Please pick me. But we got a good selection of videos today. I hope you enjoy them. Just randomly selected from the members' requests on toddreacts.com. And if you would like to select your own videos, you can go ahead and sign up for a tier. The ones that request videos are actually series and season. And of course, there's also episode. Think of it just like a monthly movie ticket, basically, where you get to see all the longer form content that series and season get to request. So maybe if you're not into requesting and you just want to watch everything, there you go. That is your in, shall we say. Go ahead and join the Discord. It's free. It's public. The links are everywhere. As you can see, it's on the top of the website as well. Well, you can't see from this page. Wait. Nope. Still can't see from this page. But it's on the homepage. Just go to toddreacts.com, link below in the description. It's on the Discord, it's on the Twitch channel. It's everywhere. But go ahead and subscribe yet again. I'm going to bring it up. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, go ahead and check out the YouTube channel. Why not? And I always like to bring this up now because it's hilarious. But actually, you know what? I'm going to make this a screen on the other screen, but I did want to bring this up. As of last month, 74%. I think that's 74%, isn't it? Let me blow this up one more time. It is 75%? Something like that. It's in the 70s. It's so tiny on my screen, I can't even see it. But it's somewhere in the 70s, mid-70s. That are not subscribed. So go ahead and subscribe. It's totally free. You get to subscribe to everybody you enjoy content from, and it doesn't cost anything. It's totally free. And you get to get a cool feed. It's like personalized feed that gives you all the videos that's been uploaded from everybody you subscribe to. So you don't have to 84%? Oh my gosh. All right, 84%. 84% of you. But yeah, it gives you a nice little feed, and you don't have to rely on YouTube's algorithm, which is very hit or miss. The amount of times that I've tried to rely on it, and then I just lose contact with people I actually enjoy watching, and then you see them like 6 months later, and you're like, oh, hey, that person still exists. Don't do that to me. That's hurtful. Come on, subscribe today. And go ahead and subscribe to the Todd Reacts Plays channel on YouTube as well. I will be streaming Life is Strange Chapter 3 on Saturday. Should be fun. Usually takes, so far, I mean, they've taken anywhere from like 2 hours to 2.5 hours or so, which is a great runtime. As you can see, I spent a little longer on Fortnite because, well, let's just say I can get lost on Fortnite and spend 8 hours playing Fortnite. But go ahead and subscribe, check it out. And the winter collection is leaving in 16 days. So go ahead and grab something, 15% off for members on all orders. Ships worldwide. It's excellent quality. This is the sweatshirt that I'm wearing right now. It's actually made from the same company that makes the white hoodie that I wore during the summer collection. Super soft. It is unbelievable. I think they're actually working on reviews and having reviews on the site, which would be great. I definitely want to opt into that. That way you all can tell each other just how much you like it. And I always buy things off reviews, obviously. I totally understand that, but it'd be really great to integrate that into the website as well. So I'm looking forward to that so you can kind of share your experience. Yeah, the YouTube algorithm is something. Like my Bridgerton video and Dead Boy Detectives video was successful. The OTV one did okay. Same with my Shadow and Bone one, but Umbrella Academy, for some reason, my Nancy Drew one isn't doing that great. It is totally hit or miss. So many times I have come away with, somebody's video pops up and I'm just like, oh yeah, that person makes videos. And it's been like a year or something. And I was just like, I need to subscribe. That was way back before I had a YouTube account, before I started making videos and doing streams. Like that was way back where I was just completely reliant on the algorithm and it just never worked. Never worked. But anyway, go ahead and pick yourself out something nice. Hey, buy something for somebody else. Make their day, right? All right, let's go ahead and jump in. The first video of the day is Aubrey Plaza is really weird and awkward. I love it. I've definitely seen quite a bit of Aubrey Plaza. She was in, let's see. Let me get rid of that subs number. It is distracting. 84%. 84. Come on now. I believe in you. Luke believes in you. We all believe in you. Aubrey Plaza, I saw her, what was that movie with Robert De Niro and Zac Efron? It was Bad Grandpa or something like that. I also saw her in Parks and Rec, which is just an amazing show. If you've never seen it, highly recommend you check it out. I've only reacted to one Parks and Rec video on this channel, and it was blocked. NBC is real quick to block, just like Channel 4. But that was the woman we had that big rant a few streams ago about the Criminal Minds. Yes, she was in Criminal Minds. What was her name in that? But yes, she was with Spencer, and people really didn't like the the pairing, I guess we could call it. Let's go ahead and jump in. She's a very likable person in real life, but boy, those comments were heated.
This is the best day of my life. I'm killing myself tomorrow.
Yeah,
Where
honestly,
are you from
probably
originally?
did.
I'm from Wilmington, Delaware.
Wilmington, Delaware. I don't know many people from Delaware.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And when I was in the hospital, they kept asking me how old I was, and my much older boyfriend at the time was there with me. And every time they asked me how old I was, I would go 16. Which was the only number I could say. I don't know why.
Definitely a great
and he would go,
actress.
she's not 16,
Totally
she's
agree.
20. And they would go, how old are you? Yeah. Well, I eventually talked again. I'm talking.
How long?
Your Twitter handle is Evil Hag. Why
Her
Evil Hag?
deadpan is unbelievable.
Because I like it. I don't know, because why? Sorry.
Why do I feel like you're my daughter?
If I'm going to be in this movie, I'm going to play the
girl that has sex with Robert De Niro.
Sure.
Because that's
That movie.
what I want to do.
Yeah.
So,
With all due respect, thanks for being here.
Yep.
No.
You're
No,
welcome.
yup is not the correct
I know.
response.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for being here. Yup.
My mother has all my baby teeth in her underwear drawer.
What? Seriously?
Yeah.
She kept all your baby teeth and she's put them in her underwear drawer.
Yeah, she never told me that, but I found them there once. So now I know. Yeah, I keep finding these bites all over my body, and I don't know where they're coming from. I spend most of my days wondering where these... Is that a...
I still see the meme she did from an award show with Jenna Ortega, since they both played a version of Wednesday when they announced an award deadpan. I'm sure that's amazing.
Oh, it's right there. It's right there.
You can definitely see her doing Wednesday Addams for sure.
Don't stop doing that.
I started shooting on Thursday, but
That
I was...
one guy,
Where are you gonna
yeah.
This Atlanta, Georgia, and yeah. And yeah, so, you know, if this doesn't jinx it, I hope I don't get fired.
You're from Delaware. You were just
That
named
one guy was
Delaware's
living
most
his best
famous
dream, I
person.
agree.
That means you beat Joe Biden.
I know. It was a vote. It was like an online vote. I don't know. I didn't ask for this.
I heard Dr. Heimlich of the Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah, Henry Heimlich, what's up? I beat you.
Wow.
He saved millions of lives and you
Doesn't
still
matter.
win. You're getting...
Number one.
Yeah.
We're number one in everything.
Thanks for coming. You look terrific.
Oh, thanks.
Funny story, I've actually given myself the Heimlich once. It was like a hard caramel candy or caramel candy, however you want to say it. Literally popped it in the mouth, and it's like I threw it into my airway. Like, it just, whoo, immediately stuck in my airway. And then I was just like, oh, well, let me just cough that up real quick. I coughed a couple times. It didn't come up. And I'm like, uh-oh. That 1 second of like, uh-oh, something's wrong. Something's wrong. And then I literally just slammed my fists against my diaphragm, basically. And I went, poof. And it literally landed in a cup. It made a little diddly sound. It was awesome. It was terrifying, but it was also very funny. I look back on that, and it's pretty funny.
Do you know Howie?
It's like it was almost written.
I know of him, yeah.
You know of him? Okay, so.
Yeah.
You know, she was in the next dressing room.
Right.
Yeah, you were being really loud.
Yeah, I know.
That's how we...
Sorry.
I can fold my tongue in half.
You're going to Hollywood. Very good. I was just judging.
There's a scene where you
America's Got Talent.
pleasure yourself.
Yes.
How do you approach that kind of scene? That's got to be a strange thing to shoot on camera.
How do I approach it? Mentally? Or...
Just...
I thought I was doing one thing, and then when I showed up, it was a whole different thing. I asked the director, what should I do? And she said, masturbate, like it says in the script.
What a kind directorial note.
Well, yeah. What I can remember of it, I think I said thank you to Young Hollywood for this award. Thank you to all the young people. You old people. Old people can go themselves. I'm going to live forever. And then I walked off.
With that speech, how did it work out for you?
Just silence. There was a lot of young people there.
A lot of young people.
A lot of really young people there.
Right.
So I don't think their parents appreciated it.
Oh, okay.
I did it for myself. I don't know why I did it. I'm sorry. Next question.
Nope, they're all about that speech.
Okay.
An old African-American man came up to me and he went, I have the same name as you. And I was like, no, you don't. But then I looked it up and it was true.
How are you? Are you having a good summer so far?
Yes, so
What kind of
many
story is
penises.
that?
And since then, I would say you've been on this show a lot. We've become pals. Just say yes.
If, right?
Yeah.
Andy, just say yes.
I'm not singing to you, sorry. Is that embarrassing?
Please don't do that. Ever again. On behalf of Amy, I'd like to thank the devil
and all the Dark Lords who gave her this award and allowed her to feast on the flesh of the innocent.
Thanks, everyone. Look at that beautiful shot. Look at this next dog, where you put him.
No.
That was hilarious.
They're both beautiful and perfect in my heart. He is a Nederlander koekenhande.
Honda.
And I know I'm saying that right.
How do you spell that?
Okay.
That's a good question. I don't know.
K-O-O-K-I. I don't know.
Hopefully it
Are you
does.
on a diet or?
No, but I just decided that I just would eat less and cry. Well, it works. I don't know if you're interested, but I have a wizard. I dropped the wand. Something really bad's gonna happen.
But what is the wizard?
That algorithm, once it knows you like it, and things like it. Oh, man.
After one of the games, one of the girls that I was annoying, she just came right up to me and just clocked me right in the shoulder and said, "Bitch," on her way out. I
Wow.
was like, I just got in a fight.
So all kidding aside, I just wanted to say, how do you think I look tonight?
You look fine. You always look good. I like your white shirt. It's so unique.
What?
Movies?
Yeah.
I see everything. Everything.
Everything.
Her
Oh, yeah.
So you can just
deadpan
take
That's
over
my
and
favorite
look.
thing.
Oh my
Sure.
God.
Perfect. Can we do that for a week?
Yes.
It's a
Not with
deal.
those
I'll fit it
curtains,
into-
though. Not with those curtains.
Not the red curtain.
So, you guys can put that one in your pocket.
No thanks.
Borrow it.
Yeah, I did a lot of weird things in Delaware. I followed my principal home in a box.
I'm sorry. You followed your principal home in a
weird.
box.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like, it means what it sounds like.
Did you scare her or anything?
No, she knew it was me.
It's almost like Instagram is just
I
like,
was just
no,
saying.
you will take this video.
That must have made her
you
feel
will
safe.
like it.
Yeah, well, the next day she'd be like, "Hey, so you
It's almost like
you
they
did
were
that
just
again."
sliding it towards you.
And I go, "Gotcha, Miss
How about
G,"
now?
'cause I was
How about
like,
now?
really popular.
What about
Yeah,
now?
sure. Yeah.
I just don't know why I'm here. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know why you're
I
here?
mean, I understand. Whatever.
You don't want to. Now, first of all, do you not want
They're
to
gonna
be?
win
No,
in the
I want to
end.
be here. I'm
That's
so
a
glad.
fact.
You said you don't understand why you are here.
No, well, I don't. No, I do. Please see the movie.
That's me, dressed as a chicken.
This is what a chicken looks like in
Yeah.
the wine?
Yeah, that's a chicken. Well, I went to an all-girls private Catholic high school.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Sister Betty.
So what's your strategy? You're going to go on the red carpet this year. That's an intense environment. What's your strategy? How are you going to go?
I'm just gonna get as drunk as I can and deny.
There's a game
I
of
can't
tug of
say that
war,
on-
and they
It's on
won.
TV. Gotta keep it bright and seriously. Seriously, don't do that. Like, honestly, don't do. Stop. And I'm sorry that you had to see that.
I thought it was good.
I hope you're happy. That was really fun.
Thank you, Aubrey. That was Aubrey Plaza. Almost tumbling with fighting.
Yeah, it was on a loop. It was
I
like-
know. I thought it was real
creepiest.
too.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Do up.
You're also in other films, and you had a stroke. That's what I remember.
Yes, let's talk about that again. That's literally what my doctor said. He said, "Look out.
You might have another.
Might have another one. Just look out."
She's some ranger.
Let's have some fun.
Oh my
come here.
gosh.
Hey, hi, everybody. I'm Aubrey. I'm fun. I'm Aubrey.
Hey, everybody, I'm fun. I'm Aubrey.
It's horrible.
Hey,
It's
look
horrible.
up here. Look, did you say look
Why
up
am I
here?
looking up there?
I thought that's what you said. Hey, look up here, everybody. I'm fun.
Are you on a roof? Why are you saying up here?
Roof.
Because when I'm talking, I can't have the gum. They say it doesn't really look good. You know, I don't know why. That's it. Disrespect.
Is
Yeah.
that you up there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I brought it.
Okay, so
I brought that picture to show you so you would understand how hilarious it was. That's me. The bride's great uncle was really scared, and she made me go up to him and explain to him that I was the White Witch and that there was nothing to be scared about. Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like, police, that was a really good take you just did. And she'll be like, Plaza, thank you so much, Plaza. And I'm like, okay, you want to get some water now? Because I'm very thirsty.
That's the way of doing it. That's one way of doing it.
Everyone looked at me and was like, kind of like the way you're looking at me right now.
I just don't get it, because if it's cream colored, there's nothing to imply chocolate.
You know, where the scars.
Staring right past you.
I still have scars. Yeah. It's hard to just
I have
sit
a clump
here.
of Anna's hair, and I sleep with it under my pillow every night as a reminder.
Question for all of you guys.
How's it going tonight?
It's going really good.
We're just cuddling.
Close
over here.
quarters.
Just cuddling. I feel like we're in a pageant or something. We're just like.
Are you guys having a nice night?
We are. You were here last year. I know you
pose.
constantly come out and support the Trevor Project.
She's actually having some nice, real, human moments.
Want to take him home?
Yes, please.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. You got to make those press events fun in some way because they do a lot of them. So her just messing around during those, I mean, I got to think that's the best plan of action.
Real and human, not words
Interesting
you
you
usually
say that,
associate with
Michael.
her.
She is a human.
We have a clip
Especially
here
when
from
you run the
from movie.
gauntlet and they're
What can
just
you tell us
swapping
that
out
help us with
interviewers.
the clip?
This is right before a dinosaur is about to eat me.
This is from a clip from the movie Safety Not Guaranteed.
Yeah, beware.
To me, there is a difference between actors who are in movies and movie stars. And I think Aubrey is a movie star. And I think it's a very... Sorry, easy.
Like a guy from Best Buy.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever I go to Best Buy, I do really well there. Best Buy, Kohl's. I clean up at Kohl's.
Oh, yeah.
And I was really
I usually
obsessed
shop
with Judy
at
Garland
Kohl's.
when I was in
Gotta love those
middle
30%
school, and I
off.
used to make her memorize facts about Judy Garland so that when we were in public, I could be like, Renee, what year did Judy Garland die? And she would go, 1969.
Yeah.
So I heard you thrashed your dressing room back there. Or not quite thrashed.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's better to just see it.
Really?
I can't really
Can we go
explain
back
what
there?
happened. Sure.
All right, let's check it out.
Don't look at my underwear.
This...
See what happens with this. Oh, shit. That was...
Link down below in the description, the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw out some love. Oh my gosh. She's a character. That is for sure. I've seen her in a couple things. The only time I ever saw her in a serious role was that Criminal Minds clip that we saw when she was the psycho trying to set up Spencer Reed so he would be in prison with her or something. That was my takeaway on it. But I hadn't seen her in anything serious. Well, other than her form of comedy is almost... I mean, it's deadpan, so it's almost serious, but it's goofy serious. You know what I mean? Like, it comes across as serious, but it's meant to be funny. And she is just really good. In Parks and Rec, she basically played that to a T, and it was so perfect because everyone else was just over the top. Like Andy, played by Chris Pratt, was just completely over the top, silly, goofy, a lot of physical comedy, and then she was just there with the sniping looks to the camera and looks at people and sharp wit and banter. It was unbelievably needed and just fantastic. I'm actually going to pull up a article on Aubrey because I literally know nothing about her at all. But comedian and producer, actress, starred as April Ludgate, Parks and Rec. That was probably what she's most known for, well, at least for a while. Played Julie Powers in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. voiced Claire in Monsters University. I didn't know that. Starred in the second season of HBO anthology series The White Lotus, for which she received nominations for a Primetime Emmy Award and a Golden Globe Award. Time magazine named her one of the 100 most influential people in the world in 2023. That is an unbelievable thing to have happen. She's appeared in films, Mystery Team, which, if I'm correct on that, yeah, that was Derek Comedy. I talk about Derek Comedy so much because it was Donald Glover's first foray into acting and whatnot. It was a comedy troupe, sketch comedy. They started off on YouTube, and Donald Glover was one of them. And then he went off into, Childish Gambino fame. But it is a very funny, very goofy movie. My drama teacher called me the male Aubrey Plaza once because I'm very deadpan sometimes in acting. Maybe because I get so many roles that I have to play serious characters and my scene partner is always the funny one. I get that. I totally get that. When I was doing the podcast, I noticed this about myself. I'm not really the leader in a lot of things. But if you pair me with somebody that can kind of take the lead, I can just wiggle myself in there and make good moments. It's very odd. I work so much better with a somewhat of a leader in the pack. And then I just kind of get my one-liners in when I can. Something I noticed, I have no idea if that carries on or if that'll change. Who knows? But then I got comfortable playing those roles because it became humor. Gotcha. Yeah. If you're used to doing serious roles, you're going to be, just stuck in that bent, really. That's also why, what was his name? Oh, gosh. Oh, no, I'm blanking on his name. What is his name? Oh, my gosh. Hold on. Let me look it up. Why am I blanking on his name right now? Jeff Daniels. Also why Jeff Daniels wanted to do Dumb and Dumber. If you don't know that story. He was so used to doing serious roles or drama acting and whatnot, plays. He had never done a comedy, and Jim Carrey kind of came to him and was just like, do you want to try this? And he goes, yeah, absolutely. So he jumped at the bit to do Dumb and Dumber. And of course, Dumb and Dumber is one of those classic comedy movies where everyone kind of can remember some lines to. It's just classic Jim Carrey, and we ended up getting Jeff Daniels out of that. A lot of people learned who he was because of that. My drama teacher gave me a guy that has anger issues, and his ex-wife is emotionally abusive, and he likes her sister, who she bullies. It's a play from Chekhov that came out of the 1800s, so I wasn't surprised. Then he cast me as a guy buying drugs who's socially awkward. Oh my gosh. Yeah, those are fairly serious, I'd say. Plaza was named after the song Aubrey by the soft rock band Bread. Bread? I've never heard of Bread before. Paternal grandfather, Puerto Rico. Plaza is half Puerto Rican. Had many internships, worked as an NBC page. A lot of people kind of start in the TV industry, that's for sure, as page or assistants or whatnot. She's performed improv and sketch comedy. Also performed stand-up comedy. Has appeared at the Laugh Factory and the Improv. I'm sure she didn't do that very often. She appeared in an Improv Everywhere sketch where she and others took an entire desktop computer and monitor to a Starbucks in New York City. That's kind of funny. She appeared in the first episode of Terrible Decisions with Ben Schwartz on Funny or Die. She played Seth Rogen's love interest in Funny People, directed by Judd Apatow. And I think that's where this actually leads into. Was it your best week ever, or have you had better ones? She was being interviewed here. She goes, I can pinpoint, I have a big break moment. I was living in Astoria, performing at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater for Funny People, which is the Adam Sandler movie that Judd Apatow directed. Judd was doing a wide casting call to find this character. He wanted to cast an unknown comedian. At the time, I was doing just improv and sketch comedy, but the character was a stand-up comedian. It's a long story, but the short version is that basically I pretended to be a stand-up comedian, literally went up one night, did 5 minutes, and had my friend film it. Actually, Donald Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino, had a stand-up show in Long Island City. That's funny. We were friends, we went to school together, and I just asked Donald, can I hop over there and do 5 minutes? And he was like, sure. That's such a funny story, and it just happened to be him. Then I sent that tape in, and they really loved it. So the casting director said, okay, well, now you have to fly out to LA to do a chemistry read. That's the last step of this process. I didn't have an agent or a manager or anything like that, so I flew out to LA for this chemistry read, thinking there's no way I'm going to get this part. I have nothing to lose whatsoever. That's the best thing. When you just go, the odds of me getting this are so slim that you just throw all the care and the pressure and all that stuff away. You're like, I'll try my best. It's probably not going to happen. It's whatever. God, that's the best. That is the best. And that week, Allison Jones, an incredible casting director who has really changed my life, said, hey, would you mind going on some other meetings while you're here? And I was like, I'll do whatever you want, lady. So she sent me to meet Mike Schur and Greg Daniels, who eventually wrote me into Parks and Rec's pilot script based on our meeting. Again, I had no idea that was even an audition. I was wearing jean shorts and just acting weird, according to Mike Schur. I don't know what I was doing that was weird. Well, probably her deadpan awkwardness. I just didn't know how meaningful the meeting was. And then the day after that, she was like, would you mind coming into the office and auditioning for this other Edgar Wright movie? It'll be really quick. And I was like, sure, I don't care. I came in, I did an audition on camera, and then was like, is that it? Thanks. All right, bye. And then Ed goes, you do know that I'm the director, right? I'm Edgar. I was like, no, I didn't know that. What do you want from me? What's everyone want from me? I found out later that I'd gotten all 3 of those things. And they were very big things to get when I had nothing. That's unbelievable. That is so cool. And if that does not paint a picture into like a much bigger message of just throw your hat in the ring, see what happens. You never know, you know? You could get that job. You could get that gig. You could, get the girl, get the guy, whatever. You don't know unless you try. And the more things you try at, the more you'll fail, but the more things you'll succeed at. And that's what this thing is all about. That's what life is all about. Giving things a shot, seeing what happens, having fun, and, pushing yourself. The only person that's going to push yourself is yourself. And you got to have your own motivation to better yourself, better your circumstances, better the lives of the people around you, if you can. And, that's a great story. That is a true great story. How she was just like, yeah, whatever, I'll just do, whatever you want me to do. And it worked out. It happened to work out. There's probably another side of that story from somebody else where they did something like that and none of it worked out. It just is what it is, But it doesn't hurt to try. Wow. I mean, that is a great way to start in Hollywood. I'm sure 99% of the people in Hollywood did not have a story like that. There was probably a lot of auditions, trying to meet people and network and all that stuff. And Plus, let's not even get into the really gross Hollywood stuff, which definitely happens, probably still happens, actually definitely still happens. And no one really talks about it, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and jump into the second video. The second one is Rose Tyler from Doctor Who, obviously, entitled Bad Wolf. I'm sure it's going to be kind of a encapsulation of Rose as a character. Other than that, I have no idea, so let's dive in.
And her name is...
Rose. Hello. My name's Rose. Rose Tyler.
That's a nice name. Rose.
For the first 19 years of my life, nothing happened.
They've always got jobs.
Oh, great. The butchers.
Well, it might do you good. That shop was giving you airs and graces.
We have nothing else in life.
Yeah, well, I used to think like that.
Emotional scenes would be
Long time
difficult.
ago.
I don't
And
know
then
if
I
I
met
would
a
do
man
too
called the
well,
Doctor.
honestly.
You could stay here, fill your life with work and food and
I mean, I've
sleep, or
done
you
very
could go,
rudimentary acting. Never
anyway.
trained. Literally just school project stuff. And
What do you think?
the idea of doing something emotional to me
flew
is
so
just,
far further than
well, on
anyone.
camera at least,
And
it's
it is
just
gonna
impossible.
be fantastic.
I just travel about a bit. Bit of a tourist, I suppose.
So where's she travelling is?
All over.
Forwards.
It's the year 5,023,000,023. We're in the galaxy M87, and this is New Earth.
And he took me away from home in his magical machine.
Welcome to the end of the world.
Imagine
We
a
just met
new
Queen
Earth.
Victoria.
I know!
Just a fresh start. That'd be incredible.
Travel amongst the
Air
stars
would be
and see it for real.
wonderful. The
The
water
Doctor
would all
took
be
me to this
great.
planet a while back. It was much colder than this.
I know it sounds daft, but
I don't think it's safe. Do it?
You don't even know what it is, you just slept.
Yeah. You see, I'm prepared for anything.
don't go, sweetheart.
If you saw it out there, you'd never stay home.
You're never gonna stay, are you?
There's just so much out there.
But you and I both know, don't we, Rose?
Werewolf.
I know.
The Doctor is worth the monsters.
You're not from Earth.
Rose is asking the right kind of questions.
Oh, thank you.
But you're still clever.
Intelligence.
Rose Tyler, you're a genius!
Wasn't a match for him. All those years, all that history, no one was even looking.
Is this like normal for you? Is this an average day?
I am dying.
No, we can help.
Mm.
But you don't just give up. You don't just let things happen. Do you like my gun? Go to hell. You've the guts to do what's right when everyone else just runs away, and I...
If I believe in one thing,
Whoa.
just one thing, I believe in her.
Things you've seen. What happened to you, Rose?
The big bad wolf. What do you mean? Who's bad wolf? But I've heard that before. Bad wolf. I've heard that lots of times. Tell him this. It's a link between me and the Doctor. Bad wolf here. Bad wolf there.
What 2 words? What were they? What did she say?
Save your eyes, you've seen it too.
The darkness.
Seen what?
Wolf, there is something of the wolf about you.
Bad wolf. I create myself.
Oh.
Burnt like the sun.
I am the bad wolf. I take the words. I scatter them. In time and space.
By the power invested in me by the Church and the State, I dub thee Dame Rose of the Powerless State.
Life with the Doctor, Mickey. No more average days. How long have I been gone?
About 12 hours.
It's you. Of course it's me.
And I waited for you, Rose.
And I missed a year.
It's not 12 hours, it's 12 months.
12 months, waiting for you and the Doctor to come back.
I get left here sometimes, and I don't know where she is.
We were nice. We were happy. And then what? You give me a kiss and you run off with him and you make me feel like nothing, Rose. I was nothing.
Rose! I've had a life with you for 19 years.
Anything could be happening to her, anything. But then I met the doctor.
Go on then, run! It's him again, isn't it? It's the doctor! It's always the doctor! It's always gonna be the doctor and it's never me!
Yes, yes it is.
Well, we're never gonna know.
Well, I know. Because I met him. Peter Allen Tyler, my dad.
Who's that? It's your daddy.
My father died years ago.
Let's be honest. If the doctor came to you, would you not go to? Come
So
on.
I was thinking, could we?
You've been thinking about him lately more than ever?
I want to see him.
You are. You are. You're my Rose. You're my Rose grown up.
I was never there for you.
You would have been.
I want to be that someone, so he doesn't die alone.
Some things are worth getting your heart broken for.
Are you and him?
No, we're just friends.
He's not my boyfriend, Mickey. He's better than that. He's much more important and
I'm not his assistant.
No. Get you, Tyler.
Well, that's a strange friendship.
I'm left travelling on my own because there's no one else.
But not anymore. There's me. Because now he's got me.
The doctor likes travelling with an entourage.
Not a bad life.
Better with two. Well then, good thing I'm not going anywhere.
Looks like it's just you and me.
Together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
You never really said. You two. Who are you?
That's the doctor. In the TARDIS. With Rose Tyler.
Oh. Stuff of legend.
He showed me the whole of time and space. Traveling with you. I love it.
Me too.
I thought it would never end.
I only take the best. I've got Rose.
You really love him, don't you?
Oh, hello.
You.
Not a night like this.
Do you think you'll ever settle down?
Doctor never will, so I can't.
I'll just keep on travelling.
How long are you going to stay with me?
Forever.
No, I'm going to wait for the doctor. Just like he'd wait for me.
I want you safe.
You are worth fighting for.
My doctor. He did the same to me.
Will she always be safe? Can you promise me that?
I promised Jackie I'd always take you back home.
If you go back, you're gonna die.
That's a risk I've got to take. Because there's nothing left for me here.
What do I do every day, Mum? Get up, catch the bus, go to work, come back home, eat chips and go to bed. Is that it?
That's what the rest of us do.
But I can't.
Once the bridge
I
collapses, that's
mean,
it.
sounds legit.
You'll never be able to see her again. Your own mother.
Yeah, but stuck with you, that's not so bad.
I made my choice a long time ago, and I'm never going to leave you.
Yeah?
Yes.
Boy,
And I
life
can
is
feel
pretty
it.
monotonous
We're
when you
falling
put it
through
like that.
space, you and me. From what I've seen, your funny little happy-go-lucky life leaves devastation in its wake.
The valiant
Being an adult is vastly overrated.
so very soon.
My friend, she's only 19. It's my fault. She's in my care. Now she's in danger. I said I'd protect her.
Said I was going to die in battle.
Clinging to the skin of this tiny little world, and if we let go,
And that's when it all ended.
I could save the world but lose you.
Imagine watching that happen to someone new.
Alice has really seen the future. You just leave us behind. Is that what you're going to do to me?
No, not to you.
I'm not going to die. We're going to ride this one out. Baby, die!
Damn, this is
I'm never
epic.
gonna see you again.
You can't.
I'm burning up a sun just to say goodbye.
I saw the list of the dead. It said Rose Tyler.
You're dead. Officially back home. Parallel world, safe and sound.
You can't spend the rest of your life thinking about the doctor.
I love you.
How do I forget him? Basically, we've been building this travel machine, this dimension cannon, so I could come back. I came so far.
You crossed entire universes, striding parallel to find you again.
Came back.
Because we saved the universe, but at a cost.
Hold on, this is the parallel universe, right?
You're back home. And you made me better. Now you can do the same for him.
And if you want to remember me,
then you can do one thing.
Oh,
You gotta start living your own
trippy.
life.
The doctor showed me a better way of living your life.
Have a good life.
So the torchwood on this planet's open for business.
Rose Tyler, defender of the earth.
Have a fantastic life.
He cloned himself. It's hard to explain.
Me too.
I mean, I don't even know what's going on at that point, but it's interesting.
I bet you're gonna have a really
It seemed
great
really
year.
deep.
Yeah?
For one person to have seen all that, to taste the glory, and then go back, it will tear you apart.
See ya.
Margarita Life, another classic. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. That was really touching at the end. Oh my gosh. Wow. So it's a throwback. Now I'm almost into the modernist Doctor Who. I'm on Capaldi's last season. Rose was the main character for the first 2 seasons, so now I'm seeing her in this. It's nostalgic. Yeah, she returned in the anniversary special just before Capaldi took over from Matt Smith. She didn't reunite with David Tennant, Matt Smith, but it was great seeing her return, but she hasn't been around since. Well, number one, definitely seemed like she enjoyed spending time with the Doctor. Oh my gosh. Was willing to do what it took, including her own life, which is pretty impressive, if I don't say so. Companion of the 9th and 10th Doctors. Doctor blew up her workplace. They began traveling together soon afterwards. She helped the Doctor work through some of the pain he had as the sole survivor of the last great Time War. When she met the Doctor, she was again Mickey's girlfriend. But that relationship immediately began to decay after she started traveling in the TARDIS. Shocking. Not surprising, shall we say. As Mickey himself noted, she transferred her romantic attraction to the Doctor. Let's just say he had a hand he cut off. The Doctor can regrow body parts. He used up one of his regenerations, which was absorbed by that hand. That hand grew into another Doctor with Donna's DNA. He left that clone with Rose after he stranded her again pretty much on the alt universe. But since the time vortex was closing, he would never be able to return there, see Rose. Whoa. Well, he cared enough about Rose to do that. But then again, he also stranded her. So it's like, thanks. Major facet of her travels in the TARDIS was her assuming the identity of the Bad Wolf in order to get back to the Doctor after he sent her and the TARDIS together to protect them from Dalek attack. She was forced to stare into the heart of the TARDIS, which enfolded her in time vortex energy and turned her into a new and seemingly omnipotent being that could rescue the Doctor. She also caused a temporal paradox by leaving herself a trail of clues throughout history. She was able to recognize leading her back, but it also nearly killed her. The Ninth Doctor absorbed the time vortex energy and transferred it back to the TARDIS, triggering a regeneration. She thus became one of 3 companions, along with Perry Brown and Wilfred Mott, to be the proximate cause of a Doctor's regeneration. He didn't want her to regret not being able to see her mother again. Yeah, that would be brutal. Absolutely brutal. The end of her time with the Doctor came after she was pulled into a parallel universe, as we saw, during the Battle of Canary Wharf, where she became trapped as travel between universes had become mostly impossible after the death of the Time Lords. She spent years trying to find a way back to the Doctor. She found one and returned to her original universe in time to help the Doctor stop the Daleks one last time. In the process, the Metacrisis Doctor was created, the clone, right? And after their victory, the Doctor took him and Rose back to Pete's world, explaining that his Metacrisis identity needed her, just as he had when they first met, and that being part human, he could also grow old with her. Oh, interesting. She remained in her new universe with her mother, brother, and that universe's Pete Tyler. Her closest contact with the Doctor for a period of her life arrived when another companion of the Doctor fell into her universe specifically to comfort her. Settling into her new life with the Metacrisis Doctor, Rose later became pregnant and gave birth to a daughter. Years later, she was briefly transported to her original universe and met the 8th and 11th Doctors, after which she returned to her family. Whoa, that is awesome. I'd say the Doctor really cared about her. Wow. Donna's DNA was the human part? Gotcha. That's really cool. That alternate universe clone Doctor was able to grow old. Wow. That is really something. Every Bad Wolf reference in Doctor Who and why they matter. The phrase Bad Wolf holds special connection for the Doctor and Rose, symbolizing their connection to each other throughout the series. References are subtly placed throughout season 1, appearing in various forms such as graffiti and call signs to tease the season finale. Reappears in season 4, marking Rose's return and signifying the reignited connection between her and the Doctor with ominous implications. Let's see. Bad Wolf's storyline was predominantly a part of Doctor Who Season 1. However, given the phrase's significance to the Doctor and Rose, crops up a few more times in their final season together. In Season 2's Tooth and Claw, the Doctor and Rose encounter a werewolf. Before transforming, the wolf's human host tells Rose, "There's something of the wolf about you." Later, in Love and Monsters, it's revealed that Torchwood's files on Rose Tyler have been erased by the Bad Wolf virus. This might mean Rose's use of the TARDIS power extended to protecting herself from detection. She appeared as some kind of hallucination for the War Doctor. The War Doctor regenerated from the 8th Doctor. Then at the end of the special begins the regeneration of the 9th Doctor. 9th Doctor is the Doctor that first meets Rose. Doctor Who's 50th anniversary special, The Day of the Doctor, saw Matt Smith's 11th Doctor teaming up with David Tennant's 10th Doctor as they encountered John Hurt's War Doctor. The latter turned out to be a secret incarnation of the Doctor who fought in the Time War. The episode revealed the events of the Time War's final day when the War Doctor used a sentient weapon, the Moment, to end the war. The weapon presented itself to the Doctor in form of someone from his life. It peered into his future and chose the face of Rose Tyler before realizing that the particular form it had chosen was that of the Bad Wolf. Seeing the Moment take on this form in a landmark Doctor Who episode revealed the true importance of Rose to the Doctor. In searching for a form for the Doctor's life, this all-powerful device that could bend time and space was drawn to Rose Tyler. More significantly, it was drawn to the version of Rose who ended the Time War and who had become a physical embodiment of the connection between herself and the Doctor, a connection that transcended time and space. Whoa. Yeah, you're pretty important if that's what appears and that's how that weapon takes the form of. Like, that is impressive, considering how old the Doctor is. Wow. Really beautiful video, too. The music, the scenes, it just seemed to work out so well. Oh my gosh. That was like a short film in itself. It was beautiful. Not surprising. Not surprising Margarita Life did that. Let's go ahead and jump to video 3. Buck and Tommy. This is from 911. I haven't seen anything from 911 in a long time, I think. Everything has changed. Season 7, episode 6, extended version. Let's go ahead and go.
The secret to happiness.
Some answers you gotta find on your own, Buck.
Like that?
Yeah, that works.
So that was okay?
That was better than fake mouth static.
Oh,
Well, you don't
whoa.
think I'm at ease?
So what are you doing Saturday?
It's Saturday.
He's chilling in up here.
Were you always out on the job?
No.
Okay, listen, this is my first date with a dude, but I'm not weirded out.
I guess it's just me that makes you nervous.
I think the important thing is that you answer
Call
that
his ass
question
out
for
on that
yourself.
one.
But when you are, you'll know.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you say that you thought Tommy was cool?
You even made fake
Very much
mouth
like, I'm not nervous, you're nervous. Why do you think I'm nervous?
I mean, he is cool, you know? Think he bought it? I thought, wow, that guy is cool. I like that guy. But it wasn't about me maybe leaving the 118, Tommy. I wanted to get to know you.
Right.
Yeah? Yeah. Just trying to get your attention. It's been kind of exhausting.
My attention?
This is
Yeah, I guess
shocking.
so. Tommy, I don't know. He's so confident.
Wasn't he shown as like a
Interesting.
womanizer in the first like season or something? I'm trying to remember.
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter anyway, because he dumped me. So I kind of made an idiot of myself, and he said he doesn't think I'm ready.
Evan, I think you're adorable. I don't think you're ready.
He left me standing outside the
Boom.
restaurant, and I just feel like
Roasted.
I don't think you're a fraud. I just think that maybe you're not sure of your own feelings yet.
Seems there are a lot of things we don't know about each other.
Practically everything.
Well, I would like to change that. The truth is, I don't know what I'm ready for. But I am ready for something. And I think maybe that something could be with you.
You already know that I'm interested.
Come with me to my sister's wedding. What? I want you to be my date at my sister's wedding. Will you have to go on duty?
Great, so I'll try my damnedest to make it away.
Sorry I'm late. That fire was a beast.
Yeah. I
So
mean, it seems like it just came out of left field, maybe.
You already know half the people there, and she wants to meet you.
Then again, I don't know if Evan's his name, right? Buck?
Are you
Who knows?
absolutely sure about that?
Buck might have just realized something. Who knows?
I didn't say.
But yeah, as far as the
I'm
show
an
goes,
owl.
I think it kind of came out of
I've always been an ally.
So
randomly.
now you're more than an ally.
I'm sure. Okay. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, great. Yes, I am free.
Everything has changed. That's a good song for that. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw out some love. It's not unrealistic. It happens, but TV show pacing may have been off. I'm assuming that's what happened, because God knows writers are not exactly the best at pacing, especially on network television. But yeah, it's. a little surprising because I think they first made his character to be like this womanizer, never on time. I'm trying to remember like the first episode. So it seems interesting that it just kind of came out like that, but it is what it is. That's cool. Kind of adds a little bit more depth to his character in a way. You get to see the real Buck, who Buck is, even though Buck, I guess, is trying to figure that out himself. And we get to figure it out too. So we get to go along for the ride. Morgan, welcome back. I watched the show. I feel like they were very subtle hints of his bisexuality throughout the seasons, but season 7 is when they really explored it. Oh, okay. I only really saw like maybe 3 episodes or something. So I didn't see much of that. Clearly for me, it's like, whoa, what? But if you saw the little, breadcrumbs and whatnot, whatever you want to call it, subtle hints, whatnot, it's probably not that surprising. Yeah, actually, Jace actually found an article on this Tommy character, which is fascinating. Let me bring that up. I didn't know this is who this was. That's Lou Ferrigno Jr. Lou Ferrigno was the bodybuilder. If you've ever seen Pumping Iron with Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was in that. He also played the Incredible Hulk on TV. That's his kid, I think, right? That's really cool. I didn't know he was an actor. I didn't even know he had a kid, but I didn't know his kid was an actor as well. So Tommy's a former firefighter who previously worked at Station 118. He now works as a pilot in air operations. Gotcha. So he's got a little bit of experience in that role that Buck is in. He's initially rude and dismissive of Chimney, suggesting Chimney might be a food courier when he first arrives, and later rejecting Chimney's attempts to start a friendlier working relationship. However, after Chimney saves his life during a gas explosion, that is not surprising. The fact that eventually you would, save somebody in that line of work kind of makes sense. Tommy thanks and develops a newfound respect for him, saving Bobby and Athena, befriending Eddie and kissing Buck. Following the cruise ship rescue. Oh, gosh. I've never been on a cruise, and that kind of freaks me out. I would love to go on one, but also I'm a little terrified. Tommy strikes up a friendship with Eddie based on their shared military history and interest in martial arts and fixing cars. Buck asks Tommy for a tour of air operations. Tour is cut short by the arrival of Eddie, who promptly leaves with Tommy as they fly to a fight in Vegas via helicopter. Wow, that's bougie. That is so bougie. This causes Buck to grow jealous. After crashing a basketball game in which Eddie and Tommy are playing, Buck, frustrated by losing to the pair, purposely knocks Eddie to the ground. Wow. Whoa. Causing Eddie to suffer a sprain. That is so strange, because all those videos I've seen of Buck and Eddie are just like bromance and, got each other's backs, that kind of thing. Tommy later shows up at Buck's loft, intent on clearing the air. He explains that he doesn't want to create bad blood between Buck and Eddie, but Buck waves this off and says that he himself is at fault due to his jealousy. There you go. Little owning up, little honesty. Tommy reassures that Buck is irreplaceable in Eddie's life, before admitting that he too harbors jealousy after seeing how much of a family the 118 has become in his absence. To this, Buck confesses his admiration for Tommy and that the real reason he asked for a tour was to get to know him. The two share a flirtatious exchange that ends with Tommy kissing Buck. Oh, all right, so Tommy initiated it. After asking a flustered Buck, I'm sure he was flustered, if he was comfortable with the kiss, Tommy asks him out on a date. Whoa. To which Buck accepts. And that's probably that awkward first date that we just watched. Tommy and Buck go to a restaurant for the first date with plans to see a movie after. Classic. So classic. Buck is visibly tense, as is his first date with another man. He becomes increasingly nervous when Eddie and Marisol show up at the same restaurant, leading him to exclaim that he's just hanging out with Tommy and that they plan on looking for some hot chicks. Oh my God. Yeah, that's awkward. That's real awkward. Following this, Tommy decides to skip the movie. Yeah, can't blame him on that one. Reasoning that while he finds Buck adorable, he doesn't think he's ready. Yeah, that is definitely the vibe. That is definitely the vibe that I'm catching. Tommy promptly leaves in a taxi, leaving Buck in his own apartment on his own outside the restaurant. Excuse me. A few days later, I am more tired than I think I am. A few days later, Buck invites Tommy to coffee, where he apologizes for his behavior. Good move. Good move. Tommy, however, says that his behavior wasn't the problem, but is that he was worried about pressuring Buck. Buck explains that while he doesn't know what he's ready for, he's willing to try and pursue something with Tommy. He invites him to Maddie's wedding as his date, as we saw, to which Tommy says, yes. Whoa. There you go. All right, that's kind of the end of the end of the information we got. Is that new? Did that just happen? That is big news. 911's Oliver Stark doesn't care if you have a problem with Buck's gay kiss. Oliver Stark, who plays Buck on ABC's 911. It just happened? Wow. I'm sure the internet was ablaze. Boy, that's such a pun with the 911 show. 911 took us to social media following the series' 100th episode. Wow, that's big. Sharing that he's humbled and overwhelmed by the positive response to his character's surprise, to some, same-sex kiss. While Buck has been a part of the first responder procedural for all 7 seasons, this latest episode is the first official exploration into the character's bisexuality by way of a kiss shared by his new friend, Tommy. I've read so many of your messages and I couldn't be prouder, he wrote in an Instagram story. If you are one of the smaller group of people commenting on my posts about how this ruined the show, I would like you to know that I truly do not care. This is a show about love and inclusion. It's featured queer relationships from the very beginning, including a beautiful black lesbian marriage played out by 2 of the best actresses I have ever watched. If one other character finding a new facet to his sexuality and realizing his bisexuality is your deal breaker, I fear you've missed the entire point of the show. That's where I heard they got criticism and the actor commented on the hate, which I respect. Yeah, it would be weird if he didn't. So I'm glad that he did. Naturally, the storyline was all playing out in an episode that also featured a wannabe Bachelor contestant supergluing himself to the Bachelor mansion. Oh my God. So you get a little bit of silly with a little bit of serious. It's from the episodes I've seen of that show, it was really good. Super good. The actors have really great chemistry together. The dialogue's fascinating. The stories are wild. They're wild. Like the first couple episodes, I guess are they based on like real stories or something like that? I think so, right? Oh my gosh. Lou Ferrigno Jr., I'm returning to 911 for Buck's bisexual awakening. Ferrigno Jr. guest starred in season 2 of the ABC drama. Pitched a surprising romantic arc with Oliver Stark's fan-favorite character. This moment is so deserving for this show because they've taken so many strides to be progressive and inclusive. Let's see here. Ferrigno Jr., who says he had nothing but fond memories of working with the writer and producer years ago, was instantly intrigued to learn that Moyer was in the early stages of writing a multi-episode arc that would allow viewers to check back in with Tommy in the present. That storyline, as it turns out, would involve Buck the ostensibly straight character who would navigate his newfound attraction to Tommy in the landmark 100th episode. Storyline between Buck and Tommy evolved over time, but I knew it was going to be with Oliver, and I've always been a fan of Oliver and his work. I think it was going to be an experience that would be very beautiful and tender. It just goes beyond labels. It goes beyond names, groups, orientations. It's just two connected souls, and that's what I wanted to achieve. Some are based on real stories, and some are clearly exaggerated. Okay. Because some of them, a couple that I saw was just like, there's no way this is real. Like, oh, was it the first episode or the second one where the baby was stuck in the wall or something? Stuck in a pipe in a wall? Like somebody flushed like an actual baby or something? That was wild. I think that one was based on a true story or real story. The fact that I can remember that stuck with me. When do you think Tommy became aware of his own attraction to Buck? I'll cue you into who I built Tommy to be. Tommy had a hard life. He's always been on his own. He flies helicopters. Machinery is this thing. It's very cathartic for him to be working on machines, to be alone. A very tough childhood. He doesn't take people for granted. Nor does he ever want to put someone else in a position. He has been in himself. So he'll put off his desires if something's not real or right. I mean, who's not attracted to Buck? He is a fan favorite, I assume, right? He's lovable. He's hot. He's a hero. Tommy's just vibing at first, and then all of a sudden, when you just get that cue in episode 4 when Buck said, "I've been trying to get your attention," and Tommy's like, "My attention." Tommy's been through enough in life to know to seize the moment. Wow, that is, Buck is clearly a fan favorite. Let's go ahead and hop into an ad real quick. Definitely a fascinating clip. Number one, I didn't know about it, so that's kind of shocking in its own way because I hadn't seen all the hints and breadcrumbs and all that stuff, so it was a bit shocking for me, but very cool. Another side to Buck that I didn't know about. Obviously, if you've been following along with the show, you've obviously known about it. The Buck bisexual storyline kind of reminds me of the Santana storyline on Glee. Oh, that's so odd that I was just watching that Glee yesterday. There were subtle hints that Santana was at least bisexual, if not lesbian, during season 1 and during some of season 2. They had her dating guys, but the later half of season 2 and the beginning of season 3 is when they explore her coming to terms with her sexuality as a lesbian. Interesting. Huh. I don't think I've actually seen a show or piece of content like actually followed along where that has happened. I'm trying to think. I think most of the time it's just established or something. Trying to like go through my Rolodex of everything I've seen. I think Nip Tuck had a little bit of a bisexual storyline, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure. Towards the later stages of the show. It's been so long, I can't remember details of it, but I'm pretty sure that happened. Don't quote me on it, but I think that's the show that I remember it. Then they had the happy ending marrying Brittany. Same showrunners of Glee, I'm pretty sure, so it makes sense. Oh, really? Well, that kind of makes sense. Oh my gosh. That's what a small world. But then again, Hollywood is kind of a small world. Let's go ahead and jump into video 4, which is Oliver Queen Control. Obviously, this is from the show Arrow. Let's go.
They sent me away to find them a fortune, a chest filled with diamonds and gold. The house was awake with shadows and monsters. The hallways, they echoed and groaned.
Oh, yeah. Ryan Murphy did Nip Tuck. That's right. That's right.
Till the morning, I'm crying, they're coming for me. And I tried to hold these secrets inside me. My mind's like a deadly disease. I'm bigger than my body.
I remember reading that. He did Nip Tuck and then did Glee.
I'm meaner than my demon.
Do you think they realise they're outmatched?
Bigger than these
It's starting to make sense. It's like his signature move or something. What's up, Will? How's it going? Welcome back.
I paced around for hours on empty. I jumped at the
State your name.
It's weird that people would be disappointed in that. I don't quite understand.
4587.
person inside me. I turned all the mirrors around.
Really don't.
It's Oliver Queen.
Well, okay, I guess if you were just like super crushing on Buck or whatever. I guess if you have a shrine to Buck or something. That's the only way I could come up with. Like you're sacrificing Buck dolls. And you like candles.
They beg me to write them so they'll never die when I'm dead. And I've grown familiar with villains that live in my head. They beg me to write them so I'll never
Prison fight
die
scenes are always so
when I'm
brutal
dead.
yet creative.
I'm bigger than my body. I'm colder than this home. I'm meaner than my demons.
I mean, he is really cut up for sure.
And all the kids cried out, please stop, you're scaring me. I can't let this stop. Your energy, goddamn right. You should be scared of me. Who is in control?
Oh, that was the that was a short one. I did not realize that. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go through it. Some much deserved love. I'm going to clean up some of these tabs. Holy crap. I'm getting lost in tabs. All right, here we go. That was really good. One thing I've always mentioned about Arrow is the choreography. The fight choreography always seems good. Always seems really good. And it seems a bit more dark than a lot of the CW, DC shows that I've been introduced to. Like, I kind of enjoy that more. I'm one of those weird people that really enjoyed The Dark Knight more so than any other iteration of Batman. I like the edge. I like a little edge to it. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad thing where it's not quite as inspiring as it should be as a superhero, you know? But something about seeing a superhero with a little bit of edge, a little bit of, you know, blood, sweat, and tears, craziness. Something about having the darkness to it just makes it so much more interesting to me. I guess it kind of takes away some of the kiddiness to it. Like the, well, gee willikers, you know, saving the day. It kind of takes away some of that into more like they've got to save the day, or the bad guys will win and the world will be destroyed and it's super dark and whatnot. But I don't know. Maybe that's bad. Maybe I shouldn't like that or think that. But this was the arc just before the last couple, before Crisis his death. I think the last couple seasons of Arrow wasn't my fave because some of my faves wasn't around that much. Went to Legends. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's in the eye of the beholder, right? It's I think it's pretty. Thanks for the follow.
Do it!
I think it's pretty. Wait a minute, I recognize that name. I recognize that name. What's up, dude? It's been a minute. But yeah, I don't think I've seen many shows that have been amazing all the way through. There's always at least some sort of decline somewhere in there where you're just like, all right, this isn't that good anymore, or I abandon it, which happens more often than not. Let's go ahead and bring up some info. Actually, let's not do that. Let's not watch it again. Then again, it's a CW show, even if it's one of CW's best. Right. That kind of, oh gosh, what would I say? CW has kind of a sheen to the shows where they're never quite as polished as they probably should be. But then again, it's like a basic cable network. It's not a huge budget operation. It's not like HBO. It's not like Game of Thrones. It is going to look a little, what's a good word for that? Dumbed down. It's not a good word for that. It's going to look a little unpolished, as opposed to more of the more premium like Netflix, Showtime, that kind of stuff. Like Tubi. Rough, raw, right. Wait, what are we talking about? Like Tubi, you know? It's never going to look like HBO. Mr. Oliver Queen. I don't know if I have to read too much. All right, Arrow at 10 years. Deconstructing, wow, get my words right. What the show did right and how it's lost its way. So this is kind of right up Luke's alley, for sure. Dark tone worked, and the stunts added to the energy of the show. Actors like Manu Bennett, excuse me. Let me just add some flair to that name, have seemingly immortalized their takes on their specific characters. It's still hard to imagine anyone else carrying the depth of pain, anger, and hatred the way Bennett did with his Slade Wilson Deathstroke. Arrow was also the first superhero property to introduce a queer character in its main cast. Let's see here. Arrow also made strides in diversifying the superhero landscape. All right, where did it start to go? Come on, let's get past all the good things. Where's all the bad things? Arrow's biggest issue is that it seemed to run out of steam with every new season. Ratings plummeted, especially after the fourth season, when it was obvious no one knew what to do with the show and its ever-increasing cast of compelling characters. Oh, man. So they had, like, bloat. They had character bloat, where it's like, all right, who do we talk about this week? Meanwhile, you have, like, 20 other characters that need to have storyline. They need to, you know, have some sort of an arc. Maintaining the same quality of storytelling can be difficult, but it was obvious the show writers were leaning heavily on gimmicks to stay alive. Oliver formed Team Arrow, and the title card even expanded to include the insignias of Black Canary 3, Wild Dog, Mr. Terrific, and Overwatch. But then the team fell apart because the characters weren't given anything to do, and Oliver kept secrets from them. Oh, gosh. Is that because they had writers join in that just wanted to put their own stamp on it? Or were they just running out of villains or something? Like, I don't understand that. How do you have so many characters introduced and you can't fill a story? That doesn't make any sense. Other than writers trying to put their own stamp on it. Oliver's day job also changed from club owner to failed CEO of his own company and then mayor of Star City. He was terrible at all of his jobs, especially as mayor. The nadir of Oliver's tenure came in season 5, Spectre of the Gun. The episode ostensibly attempted to grapple with the ongoing gun problem in America, but ended with a both-sidism argument and a shrug. Oh, God. So they even tried to go political and then failed at that. One of my favorite things about Arrow was the sibling bond of Oliver and Thea, because they didn't feel like just rich kids they were once, but they were complex. But later on, Willa Holland, who played Thea, did leave. She did return later on that. Oh, but the bond didn't feel as strong as it once felt. Dang, that's too bad. I'm assuming she had other things. She had, other offers and whatnot. But yeah, that's too bad. That's one thing I have taken note of. I've watched a couple episodes. If you want to watch those, sign up, toddreacts.com, become a member. One thing I've definitely really enjoyed has been that relationship and just trying to repair Oliver getting her best friend killed. Or no, that was the girlfriend. Was that the girlfriend? There was a definite strain in the sibling relationship. And I think it had to do with the dad. I don't know. I'm not too far into it, clearly. But it was such a good, back and forth between the two. Just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. He's back. He's not dead. And them trying to come to grips with it. Last few seasons of Arrow suffered from convoluted plot lines. There were still some positives. In season 7, Oliver was incarcerated, leading to some tense moments for him. Prison arc, right? It also allowed the rest of the cast room to develop, especially when the vigilante team joined the police department. The future timeline and characters also breathed new life into the show. Season 8 was the show's best after a long time. The 10-episode run was marked by tight storytelling, and the return of former cast members allowed for a satisfying conclusion. Showrunners also had to deal with a finale sans their main character, since Oliver had died during the crossover, but they still paid homage to a superhero with one of the best action sequences in the show. There was Sarah, who died. As you can tell, she didn't, as she leads the Legends teams. He was fractured with Laurel, also his ex. But Thea was distant from him because she buried him and saw Oliver more of a ghost than the brother she wants. Yes, that's it. Appreciate the explanation there, Luke. But their interactions with each other during those first couple episodes, I actually really enjoyed. It was by far the most entertaining. Other than the fact that Oliver was trying to interact like he was still his debaucherous self. But he was clearly changed, clearly different. And his friend, his best friend, I forget his name, just the most, what's a good way to say this without saying some terrible things about him? Clownish is what I'll say. I'll say clownish. Stuck up, yes. Stuck up. That is a good one. That is a good way to put it. It may not have been perfect, but Arrow left a legacy and lives on. True. No show's ever going to be perfect. I mean, come on now. Typical American rich boy. Yes. Probably grew up with like a silver spoon or something, as the saying goes. No respect for money or other people, and just overall not somebody you want to hang with. Let's go ahead and jump into the last video of the day. It is Luke and Jess by your side from Gilmore Girls. Let's go ahead and go. We've seen a couple Gilmore Girl videos here.
Jess? Luke?
I'm assuming this is going to be so sappy.
Okay, so,
Why are you striving these days?
So you think this is funny, huh? I'm sorry, I thought this was a uniform.
Why are you trying?
I'm trying to help.
Well, stop trying. Stop talking to me. Stop following me. And stop asking me questions. Just stop.
I made sure she was okay.
Let me lift up your face.
I know you did.
Just don't turn away.
You care nothing about Luke and his feelings. All he does is stick up for you, and all you do is make his life harder.
Why are you looking for love?
Oh, you went to see my father last night.
My favorite Oliver Bonds.
Who the hell are you to decide what the right move is?
Diggle, Oliver Thea, Oliver Berry. Oliver Berry is unbelievable. Everything I've seen about that has been amazing.
Tell me, where will you run? To where will you run?
I think I said in the previous reaction, they should have had a spin-off. Like a buddy-buddy system, a buddy-buddy show or whatever. Wow, amazing.
These hands that are holding you.
You did not fail him.
I just want to come back.
You supported him. You defended him. You gave him a chance. And if he chose not to take it, there's nothing more you could do.
Your side wherever you fall.
You owe me. I was there for you when no one else was. And I want you there. And you owe me. So that's it. Yeah, that's it. Then you gotta go. You hate me that much? I'm very proud of you. I don't hate you. I came here because of you. I appreciate everything. I'm here, Jess. I'm always here.
Beautiful edit. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love. Wow. I've reacted to a video with them before. One thing I think I took note of is the fact that Luke was a fighter. Luke was an absolute fighter for Jess. Didn't give up, which is important, especially in like a parental figure. Giving up is the worst. You have to be relentless, basically. Kids are going to rebel, whether you're related to them or not. If you have that kind of relationship, they will rebel. And seems like Luke just never quite stopped, which is fantastic. We're all just looking for somebody to have our back. Certainly growing up when we're younger, it is crucial. It is important to have a fighter in your corner that just keeps you going, because you're going to get, hit with some things. You're going to have some obstacles that are going to set you back. It's not going to be pleasant, as we all know. But just having somebody there, whoever it is, a friend, a foster parent, a brother, a sibling, whatever, it is crucial, and it'll keep you going in a good direction. Oh, gosh. Yeah. I'm forever grateful that I had that support system. I know a lot of people don't. And, of course, they deal with it at a later date. But it is so crucial to have somebody in your corner fighting for you. Let's go ahead and pull up this. Gilmore Girls, 7 times Luke and Jess's relationship was better than Rory and Lorelai's, and vice versa. Oh, this is going to cause some chatter. Bond between Lorelai and Rory has been talked about and dissected since the show's inception in 2000. The duo acted like best friends more than mother and daughter, and they fought like sisters, which is definitely not a good thing. You should have some, this is just me talking like ideally, but you should have some sort of parental authority, and just having that relationship be, oh, I'm just like your best friend. instead of, coming down on them for authority and punishment, whatever that looks like, and regulations, rules, etc., things are going to go awry, because then they're just going to see you as someone who has no authority, and they can just ignore you, and it's just not going to work well. So fighting like sisters probably is the worst thing, which is interesting that she kind of figured that out eventually. Like, she went so hard against her mother and her parenting style that she went the wrong way with it, like went way too far. But then apparently, according to comments from you all, she kind of corrected that later on, which is pretty amazing. However, after the reboot and rewatching the original series time and time again, it became clear that another Gilmore Girls duo gave Lorelai and Rory a run for their money, Luke and Jess. Lorelai and Jess didn't always get along, as we saw very clearly. But as Luke's nephew, she learned to accept him. Luke and Jess's time together in Stars Hollow was short. It was inspirational for both of them. The uncle and nephew learned so much from each other and stayed in each other's lives, even when they didn't need to. Seeing the foursome together from time to time made fans wonder who was the better duo. All right, so these are the times where Luke and Jess were superior, according to this editorial. Luke took Jess in without asking questions. That's important. Even though Luke didn't have the best relationship with his sister at the time, when she called him asking for help with her rebellious teenage son, Luke stepped in. Jess's dad walked out on them when Jess was very young, leaving Jess absent of a father figure. Even though Luke lived in a studio apartment above his restaurant, hey, we all gotta live somewhere, right? He took Jess in and did what he could to make him comfortable. Although Lorelai was never in that position, it's hard to imagine Lorelai jumping into a parenting role for any other child other than Rory. Obviously, that's very opinionated. Like, all right. Before Luke and Lorelai's relationship timeline truly began, Luke knew he had to work on himself before he was capable of starting a relationship with someone like Lorelai. As embarrassed as he was, he bought a self-help book and tape and learned a lot. Boy, that dates it, doesn't it? Self-help tape. It learned a lot about vulnerability and trusting the process. When Luke felt whole, he taught what he learned to Jess by lending him the book. Jess acted like he was disinterested in the entire ordeal, but secretly read the book and joined Luke on a journey of self-reflection. Fans knew Lorelai would never do this with Rory because she made fun of Jess for reading self-help books after she caught him reading one. This, of course, upset Luke since he spent so much time breaking the stigma. I gotta say, I've never bought a self-help book, but hey, I'm one of those people where I'm never ashamed to ask a question. I'm just kind of trying to figure things out. So I don't think there's anything wrong with self-help books. They grow through love, not obligation. Beautiful aspect of Jess and Luke's relationship was that they came together in a forced situation, but stayed in touch out of love. Although Jess moved on from Stars Hollow, he continued to visit Luke and check on him. That's awesome. Times Rory and Lorelai's relationship was superior. They have always trusted and respected each other. Well, I mean, they're mother-daughter, right? That should go hand in hand, I would hope. As Rory's mom, Lorelai knew she wasn't going to see eye to eye with her daughter, but wanted Rory to make good decisions, of course. On the contrary, Jess and Luke fought more than they got along. Well, of course. It was hard for Luke to trust Jess, just as hard as it was for Jess to trust Luke. Parallels between Luke and Jess and Lorelai and Rory were not missed by fans. Their bond was unbreakable. Mother-daughter. Should be, right? An ideal situation, yes. Self-help books didn't help me on the things I set out to do, but helped me be able to open up to others and talk to others about my issues. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I don't think I've actually checked into one of those books, like gave it a look or whatever. But I would never, like, demean anyone for looking into them, because who knows? There's probably good advice in there. I don't know. Their bond was unbreakable. A banter only they understood. It varies what you're facing, I guess. Yeah, I'm assuming some are better than others. That is probably true. Banter only they understood. Well, they're mother and daughter. Literally, all of these could just be their mother and daughter. They fight for each other. They're blood. In an ideal situation, you fight for people that share the same blood. They're a part of each other's decisions. That's actually important. That's really important. His mother and daughter, Rory and Lorelai, were a real unit. Every decision the women made as independents was made with the other in mind. Lorelai couldn't move from Stars Hollow with Christopher because she thought it would be too hard, leaving all those memories behind. She knew Rory wouldn't want to be in another home either. Lorelai also put her wedding to Luke on hold until she and Rory were on better terms. Wow, that's huge. The two had selfish tendencies that fans had problems with, but they were selfless when it came to each other. This kind of dedication to one another wasn't a part of Luke and Jess's relationship. I mean, ideally you make decisions with those that you love in mind, right? Whether it's sibling, parent, child, romantic, whatever. You should be thinking about the other person or the people you love. Yeah, I'll just say it again. It is very important to have somebody in your life that is fighting for you and that will listen to you, which is extremely important. If you just want to vent, you're just pent up with stress or something and you just need to get it out and just blah, like verbal. Well, I won't say the phrase because it's kind of gross, but, verbal kind of ranting, I guess I'll say. It's important to have those, I always had my mom for that. I don't know what she thinks about it. I think she's just like, it is what it is, happy to be here, happy to, talk to you, I guess. But I've always have ranted and just vented to my mom. And I did check in with her once or twice on it, and I was just like, are you okay with me doing this? And she goes, yeah, it's fine. I'm just happy to talk to you. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that was adorable. Oh, that was sweet. Some I've laughed at, not the topic it's based on, but I've seen some wild wording choices, but some have been good. One of my self-help books was titled as if it was like some bad dad joke. Oh my gosh. Oh. But yes, get somebody in your corner that's going to fight for you or, give you good advice. That's always important. I had a manager once at a job who's just like, started to get way too personal, Have you ever had one of those where they were just like, during a meeting between the two of us where we were supposed to be talking about work, he was just like, do you have a mentor? I was like, excuse me? What? He goes, not at work, not like a work mentor, like a personal mentor that you confide in. And I was just like, in my head, I'm like, I don't think I'm paid to answer that. Like, who are you? What? But yes, I've always had a mentor. For a lot of us, it's probably our parents, But that was such an oddball question. Ah, gosh. Not all managers are created equal. Am I right? Anyway, hope everyone's had a wonderful Wednesday, and I hope to see everyone tomorrow on Thursday. Subscribe to the YouTube, like the video if you like it, share it. What else? Hit the notification bell. That way you know when videos post and you can come check it out. Eventually, these will be dual streamed on YouTube, the YouTube channel, Todd Reacts, and Twitch. So go ahead and hit those notification bells. I will see you tomorrow, Will. Appreciate you joining. You should definitely watch Arrow again. the bond of Oliver and Diggle from ditching the bodyguard, entitled Rich Boy, to best friends, and Oliver and Thea helping each other through so much trauma is amazing to watch and develop. Well, I do have a couple more episodes that were requested, which I am very excited to get into. I will be doing that shortly, actually. So I am excited for that. And I'm excited to see just how that goes on and what unfolds. Oliver went through a lot. That is for sure. That is definitely for sure. And a lot of his family did too. And his dad is a mystery right now, and I don't know too much about it. Oh my gosh. Join the Discord. It's free. It's public. Come hang out. Right now, I think there's over 56 of us in there hanging out. And you get updates if a stream's going to be late, whatever. Any sort of poll questions. I run polls on the Todd Reacts Plays channel, what game I'm going to play next on there as well. So go ahead and join today. Follow the Twitch channel if you haven't already. Twitch.tv/ToddReacts. That's where I'm doing these live streams right now before I catch up on my requests. And then I just go into my standard schedule, which will be, I'm assuming, 2 streams a week of reactions and, of course, a gaming stream because it's my excuse to game and also hang. So come by and join us on Saturday. We're going to do Life is Strange Chapter 3. Looking forward to it. And, yeah, check out the merch. Winter collection is leaving soon. 15% discount on every order to members. You can check it out. And, yeah. I'm so ready for Life is Strange Chapter 3. Chapter 2's ending was wild. I agree. I very much agree. I hope there's not a scene like that boat one, or what was that? What would I even call it? A junkyard? Where I was trying to find 5 bottles, and it was just trying to find those bottles in the in that junkyard was so difficult because the art is just, everything's bland. Like there's no like highlights, there's no like glistening glass or anything like that makes it easy. So it was just so like 2D in a way. Oh gosh, that was tedious, but fun nonetheless. The story is wild and I can't wait. We had a little fun on the train tracks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go ahead and check out that video. The roof scene was definitely interesting and definitely heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. Get your emotions and tissues ready. Bullying Chloe. Hey. We're just having a little fun here, all right? Just having a little fun. All right, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. This should be uploaded soon to YouTube. And, yeah. Take it easy. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. I don't think I did. If you want to request your own videos, toddreacts.com. Become a member. Season and series tiers so you can request your own videos. And I will see you all tomorrow.